I am an Erasmus student from Lithuania, and I'm studying bachelor's degree in marketing. And today I will present you my research project, how are mukbang video imaginaries differently presented on both YouTube and TikTok. Here you can see the outline of the project and the things that we're going to talk about today. Mukbangs originated in South Korea around 2010, and the popularity of mukbangs soon spread from South Korea to across the whole world. The Korean word mukbang is a mix of the two Korean words that mean eating and broadcast, and in these videos, the host or the content creator, who is also known as mukbanger, consumes either alone or with someone an enormous amount of food, ranging from large quantities to huge combinations of dishes. So, the theoretical background on digital imaginaries. A digital consumer imaginary is a collective way of representing consumer objects that are co-created by human and non-human actors. Specifically, a digital consumer imaginary is a macro representation of a process of consumption made by a collection of micro representations of brands, products, services that users create by means of textual, visual, or acoustic props on digital media. And what about mukbangs and why their imaginaries are special and attract attention? So people enjoy watching mukbangs. Mukbangers devour an extreme amount of food, which is not possible for a normal person to eat in a single sitting. Moreover, the audience gets to enjoy the multisensorial experience, such as the taste, the smell, the texture of the food, through the comments and gestures made by the content creator, the sounds made during cutting, washing, etc. During preparing, setting, and eating food brings out in the audience an autonomous sensory meridian response. And on the other hand, the mukbang videos expose the content creators to online bullying and body shaming. Theoretical background on platforms. So an individual in a data-fed environment is never one person but many. There is a community built that shares the same interests, and as authors say, the algorithm knows you better than you yourself do. Memes can be employed to comment real-time on events, shape users' perceptions, steer public debate, construct hegemonic narratives around them, or challenge existing ones. And the same thing can be applied to mukbangs as well, since they also have a similar influence on viewers, but we will see this later on. And people imagine TikTok as an affording convenient access to relatable content that pleasures their escapist desires. Here you can see my research question, which is how do people find the aesthetic of mukbang videos on TikTok and YouTube? I collected data on TikTok because TikTok algorithm appears to be good at what it does. Also, a total of approximately 80% of active TikTok users use TikTok mostly because they're looking for funny or entertaining content, and mukbangs do fall into that place and category. And I chose YouTube because I wanted to analyze longer type of videos, and mukbangs were being posted on this platform way before they were being posted on TikTok. And another fact is that YouTube falls into the second place for mostly used platform by users. In total, I collected 300 videos, so 150 of TikToks and 150 of YouTube videos from all different content creators. I used a mixed approach model, so algorithms and then snowballing technique with hashtags like mukbangs, eating, and ASMR. And my sample data is 23 most watched TikToks and 23 most watched YouTube videos. That's part. That data collection started on the March 11th, and it lasted for 3 days. I used my already existing accounts to collect the data because I interact with mukbang videos every day. That's why the algorithm was already trained into my favor. Then I also did a content analysis and visual analysis. They both consist of coding sheets and categories for the videos. And content analysis also includes comment analysis, and visual analysis also includes micro and macro level analysis using the tools that we use in our workshops. Content analysis of YouTube. So here you can see the 6 categories I applied. So the food type, cuisine, ASMR or no ASMR, number of people, food prep, and face or no face. So analyzing my sample data on YouTube, I noticed that mostly mukbangers like to make fast food mukbang videos, homemade and sweet. As for the cuisine, most of the foods were Korean and American based. Most of them were ASMR mukbangs that shows the food preparation of cooking or plating the food. You can see the same data just presented in bar charts. Most of the videos on YouTube include the self-made cooking process or showing the ordered food and plating it on the table. Some of them include made-up stories of how a person decided to make or order certain food. The example would be the picture number 1. As for the people, a lot of mukbangers hide their faces and only show their lips while eating. But usually people are tidy, they don't make a lot of mess, and they like to use body language to show that the food is really good. All mukbangers seem to be food-related content creators, except for a few, those being James Charles and Bretman Rock. You can see them in the picture number 3. They are beauty and makeup influencers, and mass majority of mukbangers are Asians. Also, some of the mukbang video creators who don't speak in their videos put on captions where they explain what food they're having and comment on the taste of the food and etc. The middle picture. And it is important to mention that in the videos, content creators film the whole eating process with swallowing with no cuts or minimum cuts throughout the video. Two biggest discourses that I found on YouTube were the example number 1. People create discussions on how mukbangers can consume all this food and promote an healthy lifestyle for likes and views. And example number 2, people get mad at mukbangers because they crop videos and don't show them swallowing the food. And they tell them to make food eat videos or donate the food to the stray animals. Content analysis of TikTok, using the same categories and analyzing them, I noticed that mostly mukbangers like to make fast food mukbang videos. As for the cuisine, most of the videos were American based, and like on YouTube, most of them were ASMR mukbangs with already plated foods. This is the same data presented in bar charts and pie charts. Videos on TikTok show already plated food. All the mukbangers seem to be food-related content creators. Mass majority of them are Americans. Unlike on YouTube, they show all their faces. They are more messy here. They overdip the food in the sauce or pour too much sauce onto the food, and they get their hands and face dirty. They also like to use body language to show that the food is really good. Content creators here usually rarely show them swallowing food and make videos with a lot of cuts. And another pattern is setup of the place. They like to film not only at home, but for example, eating in a car or somewhere outside. And the biggest discourse that I noticed here was the same one on YouTube, where people get mad at mukbangers that they consume a lot of food for likes and views. Comment analysis, so here you can see the categories I applied for them, the meaning of them, and the examples. But overall, TikTok users tend to be more negative or comment random stuff that is not very related to the mukbang videos, whereas on YouTube, people are more supportive. They try to leave nicer comments on the platform. And the reason for this could be because people on TikTok feel more free to express their opinions, and TikTok is more chaotic than YouTube is. Also, the main audience of TikTok is younger generations like Gen Z and Gen Alpha, who tend to be more hyperactive and not sophisticated like people who watch YouTube. Visual analysis, macro level of YouTube. So the patterns we can see here is the food preparation and the food plating processes, then the mukbangers' faces. Some of them show their full faces, some of them only show their lips. And the dominant colors here are red, orange, yellow, and brown, probably because the majority of foods are Korean and American cuisine based, as well as fast food based. And least visible color is green. Visual patterns on TikTok, we can see that food is already plated, so we don't see any mukbanger making their foods or plating their foods. Also, we can see full faces of mukbangers, and the dominant colors are also yellow, cream, orange, and red, because the majority of foods are spicy and fast food based. And the least visible color is also green. Here you can see the TikTok and YouTube images put all together into one place, and the categories that I applied for them are linked to the taste buds of our tongue. So I applied them to each picture visually. So if I see a cookie, I know it's sweet. Or if I see a Raising Cane's, I know it's going to go to the savory section. And with this gathered data, I just can restate my argument that mostly the fast food, savory, mukbang videos thrive and get the most views on TikTok and on YouTube. For the micro level analysis on YouTube, I picked Real Mouth Mukbang because his identity seemed the most unique to me. He has done no voice or face reveal, and that has made a lot of discussions and disagreements online about his gender. People are analyzing his actions and movements and appearance, mostly on Reddit, and here you can see the example one. And his content consists of mukbang videos. Sometimes he invites guests, and he puts on captions on his videos so that audience can understand his opinion. For the TikTok app, I chose Jelly Bean Sweets because she was getting the most hate comments, and she was being compared to Nikocado Avocado, another mukbanger. But now, after 7 months, she seems to be getting more positive comments, and here you can see the examples of the comments. And she mostly posts mukbang videos, but also some relatable everyday routine-like content. To sum up, YouTube videos are created in a more unique way. Creators here create stories, they film the cooking and the plating process, they create characters, or leave their identity a mystery. Whereas on TikTok, our videos are very similar. They're all short with many cuts throughout their videos. They show their whole faces and they eat already plated food. On the perception, how people see the aesthetic, it's very similar on both of these apps, just on TikTok there is more hate comments and limitations where my small size sample data and comments. And also if I chose different platforms like discussion platform Reddit, I would have gained more opinion like people points of views. Here you can see all of the references that I used for this research. And thank you for watching. Have a nice day. Ciao.